Tonight I'm making another product review. This is my old Mendini Amazon clarinet with the Yamaha 4C mouthpiece and 2.0 Vandoren reeds. Then I got a Jupiter on Amazon. At first I didn't. I'm gonna play them both. At first I didn't feel like there was a whole lot of difference, except when I started playing them side by side. I realized it's a lot easier to blow through the Jupiter, and it's mainly because of the mouthpiece, and the sound is louder and a little bit nicer quality, silkier. And when I use that Jupiter mouthpiece on the Mendini, it actually improves it. I'm also going to cover a Moresky. I didn't know about this brand. Somebody mentioned a Moresky G clarinet of Alibaba or something. This one is an E flat clarinet that I found on Amazon that I bought, and actually pretty impressive for what it is for $100, $120 something. The mouthpiece that came with it probably should be replaced. I don't know. I haven't tested. I don't have a reference, but definitely it came with like box of 10 reeds. It does play with those reeds, but my 2.0 Vandoren B flat, I use the same B flat clarinet reeds on the E flat, and it works beautifully. The sound is a lot silkier with that, but I can only do like 2 registers. I cannot do the altissimo. It's interesting, when I started playing this thing, I opened it out of the box. My son, who's 3 years old, thought that this is a baby clarinet that I've got for him, and so he was like grabbing it for a whole day and wouldn't let go, and wanted it for himself, until he of course gave up and realized he can't play it too well. Alright, so I'm gonna set up my camera someplace and I'm gonna play the Mendini. I also bought a Vandoren. Now that I was impressed by the Jupiter mouthpiece, I was like, why didn't I get a fancier mouthpiece? So I got a M15, Vandoren M15, and I tried it. It's not as good as Jupiter. The sound texture and the volume and the breathing is not really. And this was just like $110 on Amazon. But anyways, it was a shot in the dark trying it. So I'm going to set up my camera someplace. Oh, by the way, I thought I would show you. This is a 1954 issue of the National Geographic. It talks about the conquest of Mount Everest. And halfway, it's like a lot of graphs and things about how difficult it was and the obstacles to reach the climax. And then there's a whole article about transistors, the discovery of transistors, and how amazing it's going to be and how many applications transistors are going to have. This is that thing. It's very funny that it's going to affect like the way a lot of electronics are going to work and so forth. Make things portable. It's very interesting that transistors were like a new thing. There's a whole article about it. Let me see. New miracle of the telephone age. Communications have just taken one. Yeah, now the future. Okay. So, and this one is when John Glenn had circled the Earth in orbit. All right. So I'm gonna set up my camera someplace, and then I'll play this guy first, and then I'll play the Jupiter for comparison. I'm not sure. The volume doesn't really show in video because the microphone gain on cell phones automatically resets itself, so you will not be able to tell probably that the one has a larger volume than the other. All right, so I'm gonna pause this. Okay, so here we go with the Mendini Amazon clarinet and the Yamaha 4C. Okay, let me turn this around a little bit. little bit too difficult to blow. I wetted the reed ahead of time and I warmed it up, but still it feels a little bit warm. Or maybe I'm not used to it anymore. And now that I've gotten used to the other clarinet. Okay, so I'm gonna wet it again and put it back in. Let's do a little bit of a high, the second register, starting from C and B, C, and then altissimo region. All right, so that's enough of that. I think I should have maybe wetted the reed a little bit more. All right, so now we go to the Jupiter, and I don't know if the volume difference is going to show through, but we'll see. Okay. All right. So that's that. You know, while I'm at it, before I do the Moresky E flat clarinet, I'm just gonna quickly change the mouthpiece on the Jupiter and use the Vandoren just so you kind of hear the difference. So now it's gonna be the Vandoren mouthpiece M15, and wow, it's pretty tight. Okay, we wet it again. It was quite easier to play, so I think the mouthpiece was the winner on the Jupiter. Kind of woke me up to a new stuff. Okay, so now I have the Vandoren. I'm not used to reading it off paper. I really usually play it off flat screen TV. And then